Welcome to the official podcast of Comics Beer and Sci-Fi. Before we get started, make sure to subscribe to this podcast and follow Comics Beer and Sci-Fi on all your favorite social media apps. Now, on with the show!
Hey, this is Mark at Astronomicon. I'm here with legendary voiceover actor Billy West. Tell me, when you started doing this type of work, did you ever think you'd be coming to these shows, meeting your fans?
I was born not far from here, and I remember when my family would come out and see me when I was ever around Detroit, and my aunt said, "You were a weird kid," and she said, "Why does it not surprise me that you're doing all the stuff that you wound up doing?" And I said, "It's like the rewards of a misspent youth, Aunt Jane, you know." But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I hated school. School made me ill, physically sick, and because I was on the autism spectrum, and nothing made sense to me. I couldn't get my head around anything. So I just lived in a total fantasy world. Just go take a walk and have conversations with myself, and all of that stuff, you know. But you find out that there's a lot of people that did that stuff, and they wind up doing this kind of stuff for a living.
So when you got started doing voiceovers, before you got the work, what voices did you first learn to do that everyone liked?
Before I got work, I don't know. I didn't want to rely on doing impressions, but when you don't have a body of work to point to, you want to be heard, so you'll do impressions. But I was never crazy about that. I could do them, and I did impressions for, I got a lot of jobs doing established characters that the person that did them was no longer available, like Mel Blanc and all that. Dawes Butler, all those people. I've replaced a lot of people, but I preferred creating something from nothing, because that's what turned me on when I was a kid, is creating something from nothing. And anything that you did can be usable, I mean, if you were like a little kid,
like for instance this show, I'm too young to be here, I shouldn't be here.
So when you first got started working on Futurama and Ren and Stimpy, how did you actually get those jobs?
Well, you got to audition for everything. And I was in radio in Boston in 1980. And I wrote a lot of stuff. I got to voice me and my friend Eddie Gordetsky, who wound up to be one of the biggest comedy producers in Hollywood. We worked together like 42 years ago in radio, and we just would come in and do whatever we thought was funny. They let us just run wild, and we actually amounted to something. We just thought we were going to be, bums hanging around getting high. But you have to audition. So I moved to New York, and I was working on the Howard Stern show. What's Billy talking about, Robin? All right, very good. Hey, Robin, I just farted.
I know.
So same thing 30 years ago, same thing yesterday. But I was on that show 30 years ago. And then I started doing auditions, and my audition for Nickelodeon. And they had a show called Doug. And
He was a painfully average 11-and-a-half-year-old. And this is my dog, Porkchop. And this is Roger. No, it isn't, loser. You're wrong again, loser.
Let's see. And Ren and Stimpy was coming out at that time, and I auditioned for that, and I wound up doing the show.
Happy, joy. Will you shut up, you fool? Else I shall kill you. You.
Tell us a little bit about your time working on Doug. What was that like?
Oh, it was wonderful. It was just a sweet cartoon. I loved the little world building that they did. And it just seemed very real to me. It was like a real little world, And all the people that worked on it were wonderful. The voice people, Fred Newman, Rebecca Lish, Connie Schulman, Doug Price. Alice Playton, the late Alice Playton, was wonderful. Jim Jenkins, the producer, was a really sweet guy, and I enjoyed it very much. Ren and Stimpy was another story altogether. It was kind of a nightmare, working on that show. But, I had a job doing voiceover for cartoons, so I didn't give a fuck, I just said, well, whatever happens. It is what it is. But it turned out to be a cultural phenomenon. So recently I was back recording a season of Ren and Stimpy. They haven't announced it. And I'm back screaming and yelling like I did 31 years ago. So better keep a paramedic in the lobby.
So you're a little bit like Michael Corleone in The Godfather. When you're trying to get yourself out of the business, they pull you back in. Now,
a little bit, yeah. I took my pension and my Social Security. I didn't want the Republicans to steal it. So I just cashed in, and I was ready to just disappear to an island or something. And Matt Groening called me up, and he said, "Good news, everyone." And I said, "No, you're kidding, really?" So we were back doing Futurama, which, greetings from the year 3000, it still sucks. You need an autograph? Why not Zoidberg? Why not Zoidberg? No, they only care about the Fry or the stupid robot. No one cares for Zoidberg. Zoidberg loves Zoidberg. Kev, inform the men. I made it with a woman. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. If anyone's looking for me, I'll be in the Anger Dome.
One of the impressions I like of yours is the Larry Fine impression. Give us a little bit of Larry Fine.
Hey, Mo, I pissed on my shoe. I'm warning you. There's too much sizzle in the tree, Mo.
Come here, Porcupine. Anyways, Billy, it was a pleasure speaking with you. You want to take up too much of your time, and I hope you have a really good con and have a good future. This is Mark at Astronomicon.
This is the Q from Comics Being Sci-Fi. I'm here at Astronomicon 7, and I'm here with the hardcore legend and WWE Hall of Famer, Mick Foley. How's it going today?
Things are going pretty good. It's my second Astronomicon, and I like it.
Good. It's funny because I was here the first one you were at, and I was here all 3 days, and I got all 3 photo ops. Yes.
That was the first con I've ever done that at, and I think I've only done it at 2 other cons. Okay. It's a lot of fun, and I actually went shopping via Amazon, but I got a cool little purple suede vest to add to the Dude Love thing. I got a very large button-down shirt for Mankind, and then I got some coagulated blood lotion because Cactus Jack should never be seen without some type of contusion, abrasion, or laceration.
Everyone talks about all your story matches and all your story team-ups. I want to talk about the time you had that run with Al Snow. Because no one ever seems to ask you about that, and I enjoyed that run. People might not hold it up as one of your best runs, but I enjoyed it.
Well, we had so much fun filming vignettes. We went to Las Vegas, where I consoled Al after yet another loss. We had a lot of fun together. We enjoyed, playing off each other and ribbing each other. And I think wrestling fans can tell when the guys or the men or the women are having fun doing what they're doing. We had a lot of fun.
There was a rumor that you were going to have your last match, and then unfortunately you had to cancel it.
I got my brain jogged a little bit training for that last match, which was going to be on my 60th birthday in 14 months. And I think that was Mother Nature's way of saying, son, your time is over. Yeah. So I'm listening to Mother Nature instead of my own foolish pride.
Well, and although we would have loved to see it, we love seeing you every day more.
Thank you very much.
Hey, you comic book geeks and your sci-fi freaks. Comic book Casey coming at you from Comics, Beer, and Sci-Fi. We are at the Astronomicon in Livonia, Michigan. I am here chilling with my man Dave Brown Jr. and 313. We representing, baby, Detroit. That's what's up. My phone number, my area code is still 313. Gonna stay 313. All right, so why don't you tell us what you got going here, man? Tell us about the book, what inspired you, and who the character is.
Actually, the character for one is Christopher King. Always been a Detroit lover, but he's been away for a while, and that's still a mystery, really. Book is pretty much based on Detroit. A new mayor comes into town, and he's making Detroit into like a Pleasantville. Where is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's a bad thing because he's taking a lot of the community and making them disappear. So our heroes is all coming together and trying to solve what's going on.
Did this mayor happen to be sort of hip-hop-ish and do some prison time?
No, everybody go there. But no, this is a totally different thing. It sounds like it, but it's a different thing.
So he wasn't 6'5".
He is, but he is, but it's not that guy.
What guy you talking about, man?
No. I don't know. I just know my guy. I grew up in the city, you know. I'm a big martial arts, street fighters, you name it, I'm there, you know. From anime to, like I just said, kung fu. So I put this story all together, built these characters up, and now I'm on my issue 3, which actually launches in Motor City this spring.
You're into 2 issues now. When did you actually start this project?
2021, the end of 2021, yes.
Okay, that's what's up. Now, do you have any other comic books out other than the 313?
Actually, yes, I do. I also have Code Supreme, which is also on this third issue. That's what we're trying to go into. Code Supreme pretty much really based on a blue-collar guy who been gifted with these powers, and he feel like why should he take on this responsibility to protect the world that doesn't protect somebody less like him. So now I'm on issue 3, and this been doing awesome. I don't have I Wish up here at this moment because I sold out my last show, which I'm super happy about, which is also on this third issue. And it's pretty much about family grief and loss of family, dealing with the loss of a husband. The husband did a loss to his family while dealing with the afterlife.
All right, but you're going to have all of that for us this spring, right?
All spring.
All right.
Motor City.
There you go. All right, man, well, thank you for sharing, and thank you for sharing your talent. You're writing it, you're drawing it, you're creating it.
All of it, everything, all based on me.
Life's experience. What do they say? Art is the imitation of life.
Yes, sir, 100%.
All right, well, thank you for signing in with us and checking us out. Comic Book Casey signing off.
Hey, this is Mark at Astronomicon. I'm here with legendary actress Heather Matarazzo. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Tell me, when you first started acting, like way back when you were in Welcome to the Dollhouse, did you ever think you would be going to conventions, meeting your fans?
No, I didn't even know conventions existed at that time.
Tell me, when you first started, it was a really great independent film. I was a big fan of that movie and its director. And I loved how that director extended those storylines, putting your character in the other movie, Palindromes. But you were not in that movie.
No, and I don't think the character was either. I think it was just a...
You had passed away.
Yeah.
And they were having a funeral.
So it was just a box.
Yeah. Anyways, so you were in the Princess Diaries, and you're also in horror films like Scream 3 and Hostel 2. Were you a big fan of horror films before you got into doing that type of work?
No, not at all. But Wes Craven opened up my world in terms of horror. So for that, I will be forever grateful.
And then you were in Hostel 2, and that was kind of a brutal movie. And that scene that they had you do your death scene, that had to be kind of hard to conceive?
No, not really. I mean, I was focused on the technical mechanics of it, which was training for 2 months to be able to hang upside down for up to 20, 25 minutes at a time. And the rest was just doing what they pay me to do.
What was it like working with Eli Roth?
Absolutely fine.
Now, did he sometimes go a little too extreme with his scenes?
No, because I'm not a horror director. That is above my pay grade.
Okay. Now, coming to these, what do you like best about coming to these shows?
Well, as someone that is borderline agoraphobic, it's nice to come out here, a few times a year and just get to commune with my fellow misfits and outsiders. You know, it's I always think of the Island of the Misfit Toys from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, and that's what these weekends are. You know, just a bunch of neuro-spicy weirdos descending upon whatever poor hotel or convention center is in the area.
Well, anyways, Heather, it was a pleasure speaking with you.
Thank you so much.
And this is Mark at Astronomicon.
This is the Q from Comics Beer and Sci-Fi. I'm here at Astronomicon 7, and I'm here with Walter Jones, the original
Let's go.
Black Ranger.
Hey, turn it up, bud. Hey.
You know, that's that Detroit vibe in us. But anyway, how's it going today?
You know, I'm blessed and aware. How about that? That's good, right? Life is good, and man, like meeting the fans, having a good time. I'm in my hometown city, so you know, to be the first black superhero on a live-action TV show, and you in your hometown, and you was the black superhero in the black suit. Let's go, Detroit! Come on.
See,
You know?
that's why
what I'm talking about, right.
that's why I knew the interview was gonna be good, because I didn't even have to ask that question, because I was gonna be like, you was representing the 313 the whole time. I know
Without
you
a doubt, without a doubt. Yeah, of course, because you know, I grew up here in Detroit, and when I was a kid, I don't remember seeing anybody on television that represented me as a superhero. You know, there was no teenager that was a superhero, black teenager that I could relate to. In fact, the first memory of a young blackface on TV for me was like Buckwheat, and I didn't want to be him. You know, I didn't want to be Buckwheat.
No, we didn't want to be
So
Buckwheat.
I'm proud that there are a number of kids in 40 countries around the world that grew up looking at TV going, yeah, that's me. You know what I'm saying?
And I was one of them, so
I
thank
love
you for that.
I love that, brother.
So tell me about Power Rangers Once and Always. You finally put the suit back on.
Man,
We've been waiting.
It took 28 years.
It took 28 years. Listen. When they said you was coming back, I was like, it's been that long.
It's been 28 years, man. It's like, there was babies, marriages, all these things that happened.
Marriages, divorces, grandkids.
You know that. Ain't got no grandkids. We holding off on that one.
We holding off on that one?
holding off on the
we
grandkids.
holding off on the
We got a
grandkids.
few years for that.
A few
Got
years for that.
yeah.
Well, other people got grandbabies now.
Other people got grandbabies, and I'm meeting them, and they're like, I'm like, wait, how am I older than you and you got grandkids before me? I don't know how that happened.
I don't know how that happened.
How'd that work out?
My best friend from elementary school put on his. I know it's weird.
That's so dope.
It's weird. You got friends.
I got friends.
I'm about to say.
I got old friends. I got new friends. I got friends.
Well, technically, we're from Detroit, so we family anyway.
Let's go.
So there we go. Hey, my friend from elementary school put on his Instagram the other day. Episode Power Rangers.
Oh, an episode of Power Rangers. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were gonna tell me about the meme that's going around about my hairline.
No, we're not. I wasn't even gonna do that to you.
It's all right. I put it up on my own Instagram.
I know, but
This is me. I actually have a hairline. That was in 1998. I was 31 playing 15. Hello. So, I'm like, it was
that's when they didn't know how to do our hair.
They still don't know how to do our hair.
They don't.
And I didn't know how to do my hair either. So I was like, they did it. I was like, y'all messed up my hair. But all right, let me go do this shit. Let me go do this shoot. Let me go make this money.
Y'all can't be doing us like that. Y'all can't do. We gotta hold each other down as people.
It was my first time doing a movie with Disney, so I was excited. But I was mad they messed up my hair.
It was the big time.
The part, like, Boomer was the man. Hey,
This is true.
Brink, but Boomer.
This is true.
Catalyst to change. It was like, he's the one who was fun. Like, man, don't let him do it. Like, nah. We gonna stand up right now. We ain't having that. Nope. It's done. And tell you what, I don't even like this dude no more. Come here. Come with me.
There you go. So, despite the hairline, you were still the man. Best character on the movie.
There you go.
So, what's in the pipeline for you coming down the future?
Man, I got a lot of things happening. We are in our 31st year celebrating Power Rangers. So who knows what's going to happen with things that are
That's
coming
a hit.
up. Who
That's
knows?
a hit.
I mean,
That's a hit.
I don't know.
It's happening.
However,
we putting it out there. It's happening.
I am working on a comic book with Boom Comics.
Okay.
From Zach's perspective, which is interesting. It's
Okay.
It's an 8-page thing right now, but we're looking at maybe making it something more, so that's exciting. I got a music project under the name Trey Emanuel. Yep. Trey Emanuel because my father's name was Walter Emanuel. My name is Walter Emanuel. My son's name is Honor Emanuel. That's 3 Emanuels. Trey Emanuel. Emanuel meaning God with us, so let's go. So if you check out my song, Walter E. Jones got one song released so far. It's called Dance. It's a vibe, y'all. Go ahead and check it out under Trey Emanuel on all platforms.
All right.
Yes.
You heard it here. He's going to be in whatever the next Power Ranger thing is. Yeah. Hopefully it's Forever Black. Where he's the leader, because that's what we all want to see.
Let's go. Hey, what?
Hip Hop Keto. I wasn't even going to bring it up. I wasn't going to bring it up.
You know how we
But he had to bring it up. He had to do it.
You know things you do. Look, that whole thing was like, you know, they were looking. It was the right time, right place, right skill set, right? They were looking for somebody that could create their own form of martial arts, and I had to think, why would I be dancing while my friends are getting beat up? That doesn't seem to make sense. But then, as a method of martial arts, we're using distraction, using like fluid movement. I associated to Jackie Chan doing drunken style. Yeah. Associated to Muhammad Ali's flicks with the feet. That's true. Sugar Ray. So all these different things. It's a distraction. It works. We made it work.
That's that Detroit genius right there. I'm always repping the city. We always repping the city. This has been the Q from Comics Beer and Sci-Fi.
That's it for this episode of the Comics Beer and Sci-Fi podcast. Thank you for listening, and we hope you'll join us next time.